Hello friends, so welcome to the session 2 of embedded C++ for Arduino. So the first session, the intro session is already done and it is there in the same playlist. So today what we'll do, so if you have seen the intro video, you can see our device has three modes. One is normal run mode, when it connects to the Wi-Fi and sends the sensor readings. The second mode is config mode, in which we can update SSID, password, data frequency, etc. And the third is auto update. So we will target this today. We will put our device in three different modes. So the algo that we are going to follow today is something like this. So at the beginning, the user need to put some input, so that our device, so as per his input, the device will get into one of these three modes. So actually we do not have a keypad or something like that on the device, so he cannot type anything, but we have a switch. So let me show you the switch. So we have a momentary switch to GPIO 13. So the setting is such that if the user just start the device without pressing this, so GPIO 13 is grounded, so it is GPIO 13 sends a 0 voltage. So in that case it gets into normal run mode. Okay. If the button is pressed while restarting the device, so GPIO 13 senses a high voltage during startup. It gets into configuration mode, and if this button is pressed for more than 3 seconds, the GPIO 13 will sense it that the button is pressed for more than 3 seconds, so it will get into auto update mode. So this is the algo today. So the input here is through that button, that moment switch. So if no button press, we get into normal run mode and we run the Wi-Fi, and if the button is pressed while starting the device but not longer than 3 seconds, then we get into configuration mode, when we can update SSID, password, etc. And in the third mode, when the switch is pressed for longer than 3 minutes, we get into auto update mode. So let us execute this today. Okay. So let us now have a look at the code. So I will upload the code in GitHub and we'll share a link in the video description. So let me explain the code. So first of all, we define pin 13 as a mode pin. Okay, so this is mode select pin. So you can see here, for me it is pin 13. You can use any pin number on any microcontroller. So I am using a ESP32 for the explanation here, but you can use any other microcontroller like Arduino or 8266 or STM32 or TI, anyone, because this is a simple basic C code, so it will run on any of the microcontroller and you can use any pin. Okay, so I get this pin number 13 as a mode select pin, and I define an integer which is run mode is equal to 0. So my default mode is 0. I want to run it as a Wi-Fi data logger by default. So let us now get into the setup. In the setup, the usual statements to begin the serial communication. Okay, then we make the mode select pin, that is GPIO 13, as input. So input always reads the value of voltage at the pin. So I want to read voltage at GPIO 13. Okay, so from next line, this if loop will check if GPIO 13 is high. So say you haven't pushed down the momentary switch and you start the device, so this will not be high, so this will not satisfy, and this whole if loop starting from here up to there will be skipped, and our run mode remains 0, and with run mode 0 we get into the loop. Okay, but if it is pressed, so if the GPIO 13 is high, so what our device will do, so our controller will wait for another 3 seconds. Okay, then it will read the same pin again after 3 seconds. So if it is still found high, that means you keep it pressed for more than 3 seconds, so then it will get into run mode 2, which is a auto update mode. But if the second time it is not high, so what it will do, it will assign it run mode 1, which is device configuration mode. So with that assignment, we will come out with this variable value set to 0, 1 or 2 based on the situation during the startup of device. Okay, and then we get in here, and then what we will do, if run mode is 0, what we'll do, we'll print in the serial monitor that run mode normal. If it is 1, will print run mode is configuration, and if it is anything other than 0 and 1, for us it will be 2, so it will be run mode OTA update. Okay. We can have many other modes as well, like tear mode, calibration mode, but and we can use a single pin and the same logic, like press down for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but that is very hectic to handle and to remember for the user. So we can use in that case 2 GPIOs and 2 switches. Some of the boards uses binary switch also. Mainly we see those in development boards when we want to run it in many other modes, so they use binary switches. Okay, so now let us see what's happening here. I open the serial monitor and I start the device without pressing the GPIO 13. So I enter into normal mode. Okay, and next I will press GPIO 13 and start the device, but release it before 3 seconds. It tested, it waited till 3 seconds and then found it is low, so it entered the configuration mode. And now I am again restarting it and keeping the GPIO 13 pressed for more than 3 seconds. So it entered the OTA update mode. So this is how this code works. This is how we get our device into different modes. So again, so there are other ways of getting your device in different modes, because you want to do some C++ also. So there is another way of doing it, which is a switch command. So I will not run it here. So what I suggest you to do, you comment out this part. This is the multi-line comment symbol. Okay, you can comment out the if loop and instead remove the comment from here and run the board. And there is a third way of doing it. This is a single line comment. Okay, this double slash. Okay, so the third option doing the same thing is a conditional operator. You can, with a question mark, this thing is executed if the question, this check is correct, and if it is false, then the part after colon is executed, and after colon we are actually doing again a check, and so it is a check inside check. So I would suggest you to go through this as well. Okay, so all will work the same way. Now these are the two books I find very useful for learning C. One is Let Us See by Yashwant Kanetkar. This is a very old book. Even when I was in college, I studied the same book, but now it is very thin in 16th edition, so you'll like it. And the other book, which is very good one, is from C programming language ANSYS by Kernighan and Ritchie. So Kernighan and Ritchie both are contributed to Unix project, and Ritchie is kind of known as creator of C. So but this book is a bit loaded, so start with Mr. Kanetkar, and then once it is done, you get into this book, but don't miss it as well, because this has got many useful tricks. Okay, so this is it. So we'll come back again with new tutorials on how to get the other things done. So we have covered this part today, how to get into 3 modes, but we have a lot to go. So stay tuned and please subscribe. So see you soon. Thank you. Bye. So now this is a bonus part. If you want to know how much embedded C++ is different from a classic C++, so then you can attend this part, otherwise not required. Okay, so this is a online C compiler and IDE. So it has got many other languages, but I'll see. So say I want to run the same program in a computer, so how it would look. Okay, so let me open this. So as I can see here, we can see here we cannot define any pin here, but we can define an integer, because the console don't have a pin, but we can define an integer here. So say we define the integer here. Okay, then the input should come from the user, now from the console. So there is no button he can push, but he has a keyboard with him. So we would like to printf enter input. Okay, then we don't need serial print here, because there is no serial monitor here. So is the printf. So printf is the basic C command, and the serial.println wraps around this basic command and make it ready for the usage with the serial. Now I need to read, like it is like kind of digital read, but here the read is in the C, basic C, it is scanf. So I'll read the value. So reading value, integer value is %d, okay, and comma, and I will assign this value to our run mode, okay, run mode, and rest we can copy. So rest, let me copy. If loop is the same, okay, so there is no digital read or select or high or low, so there is no such thing, but we can copy this part here. Okay, let me copy it and put it here. Okay, so this is it. Let me align it, it looks good. So this is what it is. If run mode is 0, then I run, so there is no serial println. Okay, so this is not a standard C command, so I need to write here printf. Similarly the next one is also printf. Similarly the next one is also printf. Sorry, printf, and the last one is also printf. And now we'll run it. Okay, so let us see what happens after we run it. So once we run it, it says enter input. So I input like say 1, and it say run mode config, and I run it again. I input 2, and it says auto update. So this way we get into, so this is getting into modes in basic C. So now I think you can sense how different embedded C from the basic C is. So this kind of application we can see in bank, like we go to bank for sometimes withdrawal, sometimes deposit, sometimes passbook update. So based on that, the lady or the man who is sitting there will press F1, F2 or F9, and he will get into those commands. Okay, so in the curly braces we can we may do many other things as well, not only like printing normal mode or other modes. So we can do many other things, do this, do that. So if this condition satisfy, all this statement will be executed. So I guess you could understand the difference. So this is a bonus part. Okay.